Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. This is take 2. We've changed the tournament up a bit. It's no longer heavyweight contenders. We just took the top 32 heavyweights in Title Bout Championship Boxing. We just counted down. We lined them up for a double elimination tournament. And I think we've got the glitches out, and we'll try it one more time. So, we're going to quick play these one at a time, see the result, and have a little fun with it. So this is quick play. And this is Title Bout Championship Boxing. Wonderful game. You can purchase it for your PC for I think $13.99. You get all the pugilists, all the weight classes. You get everything. It's a very nice add-on to your boxing collection, such like if you have Glory Days Boxing or Title Bout or Legends of Boxing and any other boxing game. This is a really good game to have to add to your boxing collection. So here we go. Here are the fighters, and hopefully this works. I did 3 tournaments before I came back on, and they worked. Muhammad Ali will face Jimmy Young, which they actually did fight. 15 rounds. Then Rocky Marciano will face George Chuvalo. These are all 15-round bouts, double elimination. Joe Louis will face Jimmy Ellis. Jack Dempsey, Oliver McCall. Mike Tyson, Kenny Norton. Jack Johnson, Tom Sharkey. James J. Jeffries versus John L. Sullivan. Peter Jackson versus David Tua. Larry Holmes versus the Spaniard Paulino Uzcudun. He fought Primo Carnera for the title and lost. Joe Frazier versus Jersey Joe Walcott. Sam McVeigh taking on Tim Witherspoon. Sonny Liston versus Riddick Bowe. Lennox Lewis versus James J. Corbett. Vitaly Klitschko versus Billy Minsk. Joe Giannett versus Vladimir Klitschko. And Harry Wills taking on the German Max Schmeling. So we're going to sim the first bout, quick play, and you got to click on edit, and then just play next bout. So let's see the result of Ali Jimmy Young. I think Ali takes him by decision. And no, Ali is the winner via TKO in the 13th. That's a bit of a surprise. So Ali TKOs Jimmy Young in the 13th. I had him by decision. Now we go Rocky Marciano versus George Chuvalo. Someone's getting stopped on cuts here. I will lean towards the Rock. I'll take Rocky Marciano in this bout. So we highlight it. Then we go to edit. And we click play next bout. And no, Rocky Marciano wrecks George Chuvalo. TKO in 2 rounds. The one thing it won't let us do is open up the bout summary. Open the summary up. I don't know if we can. I think maybe at the end we can open up the summaries. All right, so far in our first 2 bouts, so that means Jimmy Young and George Chuvalo go to the loser brackets. Ali and Marciano advance to the winner brackets. We have not had an upset yet, and I don't think we're going to have one here. Joe Louis versus Jimmy Ellis. Joe Louis via the knockout by the 7th. So Lewis versus Ellis. And TKO in the 11th, Joe Louis. So the higher seeds holding up. Jimmy Ellis moves to the loser bracket. Jack Dempsey, Oliver McCall. I like Jack Dempsey. So should you. And that's a TKO in the 3rd round for Jack Dempsey. Mike Tyson, Kenny Norton. Kenny Norton always had trouble with big punchers. And Mike Tyson was a big puncher. Will he advance? All the higher seeds have advanced. Okay, let's click, make sure we're clicked on that. Oop. Cancel. There we go. And here is Mike Tyson, Kenny Norton. Quick sim. TKO 11. So Norton takes him into the 11th but gets stopped. So Mike Tyson advances. Jack Johnson, Tom Sharkey. This is an old school bout. Actually, if we click on that, it brings their pictures up. So Jack Johnson, Tom Sharkey. And here's the quick sim. I like Jack Johnson here. And it's Tom Sharkey with the first upset, KO in the third. Tom Sharkey was a good fighter out of Ireland. He knocks out Jack Dempsey, so the first higher seed goes to the loser column. Wow, so Jack Dempsey, he's one loss away from being knocked from this double elimination tournament. And now we have James Jeffries versus John L. Sullivan. Let's see if Sullivan can pull off the upset here. And we're going to quick sim it. I'm going to take Jeffries. I'm going to stick with the favorite. And Jeffries wins a unanimous decision. That's the first bout that went the full 15. Jeffries goes to the winner bracket. Sullivan goes the distance but loses. And here's Peter Jackson versus David Tua. So you have an Australian versus a Tongan. And here we go. Quick sim the bout. I'm going to take David Tua. Peter Jackson was a smallish heavyweight, but he was tenacious. I'm going to take David Tua in this one. And Peter Jackson, diminutive in size, but pitbull in fighting spirit. TKO is David Tua. And now we have Larry Holmes versus Paulino Uzcatun. Uzcatun's photo did not load up. Unfortunately, I must have misspelled his name. I like Holmes here by stoppage late. And Holmes gets the unanimous decision. So Uzcatun goes the distance, as did Sullivan, but he's a loser. The only upset we've had so far, Tom Sharkey knocking out Jack Johnson. Again, double elimination, so they're all going to get a second crack at it. Joe Frazier, Jersey Joe Walcott. I don't know how many times I've played this bout. Every time I have a tournament, whether quick play or just a matchup, it always seems to fall Frazier, Walcott. Here's Smokin' Joe and Jersey Joe Walcott. Jersey Joe Walcott was the referee in the second Muhammad Ali Sonny Liston fight in Maine. Jake Cruz, he says, violence is never the answer. It's fake violence, so it's okay. And sometimes violence is the answer. Here we go. Frazier Walcott. I'm taking Walcott in the upset. And Frazier proves me wrong, and I love Smokin' Joe. TKO's Walcott in the 9th, so Walcott moves to the loser bracket. Tim Witherspoon, Sam McVeigh. And let's just go. So old school Sam McVeigh. Never got a title crack against terrible Tim Witherspoon. 2-time. Held the portion of the title 2 times. I like McVeigh in this one. And McVeigh, split decision. So Witherspoon loses on a split decision. He goes to the loser bracket. Sonny Liston, Riddick Bowe. I look for Liston to knock out Riddick Bowe. Scheduled for 15. Let's quick play it. And Liston does not knock out Riddick Bowe, but he wins a unanimous decision. So Riddick Bowe goes to the losers bracket. Here's one. Lennox Lewis, James J. Corbett. Corbett, excellent defensive fighter. And his picture did not load, probably because I didn't put the J in. Probably. Okay. Against Lennox Lewis. This might be... I like Lewis by knockout. We're going to pick Lewis by knockout here. And Lewis is the winner by majority decision. So one judge had it even. So Lewis has a tough time, but he advances to the winner's bracket. Now we have Vitaly Klitschko, brother number 1, taking on Billy Minsk. Who's going to win this bout? I'll go with Vitaly by decision. And it's Billy Minsk catching Vitaly Klitschko, hurting him, and then TKOing him in the 5th. So there's our second upset. We have now seen Tom Sharkey defeat Jack Johnson, and Billy Minsk TKO Vitaly Klitschko. So Klitschko joins another top seed, Jack Johnson, in the losers bracket. And now we'll have next to last bout, Joe Giannett versus Vladimir Klitschko. Joe Giannett also never got a title shot. Vladimir Klitschko. Well, after seeing what happened to his brother, I'll take the smaller, more tenacious Joe Giannett. And Joe Giannett TKO's Vladimir Klitschko. So both Klitschko brothers get stopped. And they're in the loser bracket. They actually could face each other. Who's mom going to root for in that one? Last bout, bout 16 of the first round. Who will advance to the winner bracket? Who will have to fight an extra fight? It's Harry Wills, Max Schmeling. Again, Harry Wills is one of those great African-American fighters who did not get a title shot against the German Max Schmeling, who defeated Joe Louis, but not for the title. And then Louis gave him a title shot and stopped him in one round. I'll take Schmeling in an upset. And Harry Wills TKO's Schmeling in the 10th. All right, so we did have two upsets. Jack Johnson lost to Tom Sharkey. He was knocked out in the 3rd. And Vitaly Klitschko lost to Billy Minsk. He was TKO'd in the 5th. So now we have the loser bracket bouts. And Jimmy Young will face George Chuvalo. The winner moves on. The loser's out. Who's going to go 0-2? Someone's O's got to go. So you have Jimmy Young, George Chuvalo. I don't think they ever actually fought. This would have been a very interesting contest, though. They were fighting in the same time period. Jimmy Young a little more towards the mid-70s. Chuvalo was pretty much done by the mid-70s. So the winner will stay in the tournament. The loser will go home. Scheduled for 15. Ooh. Jimmy Young by split decision. I'm taking Jimmy Young by split decision. Jimmy Young split decision. And Jimmy Young by unanimous decision. So Jimmy Young stays in the tournament, and Chuvalo is 0-2, and he goes back to the land of the Great White North, Canada. Now Jimmy Ellis and Oliver McCall. They were both losers in the first round. Oh, yeah. I'll be doing my next game up. Take care, Jay Cruz. Next game up, your beloved Dolphins taking on the Giants in the 1972 one-and-done Sweet 16 tournament. We're in the Elite Eight now. So that's going to be next up on the channel for a football game. So here we go, Jimmy Ellis, Oliver McCall. They're in the loser bracket. Scheduled for 15. I like Ellis by decision. And Jimmy Ellis wins by a 15-round decision, so Oliver McCall's out. Now here's an interesting one. Kenny Norton, Jack Johnson. Remember, Jack Johnson was upset by Tom Sharkey. He got starched in the 3rd. So Jack Johnson hoping to fight his way back into the tournament. Kenny Norton hoping to fight his way back in the tournament. Kenny Norton was TKO'd by Mike Tyson in the 11th. So both fighters coming off stoppages. I'm going to go Jack Johnson by decision. Here we go. Who advances? And it's Jack Johnson by knockout in the 15th. So the fight goes into the 15th, and Johnson knocks out Kenny Norton, so he gets back in the tournament. Norton's gone. John L. Sullivan, David Tua. Sullivan went the distance. Lost a unanimous decision to James J. Jeffries. Tua was TKO'd by the Pitbull Peter Jackson in the 10th. Boy. I'm going to... Again, this is the type of fighter Sullivan would possibly have a shot against because they're just going to stand and bang. I got to go with David Tua. I'm going to go with newer school beating older school. Here we go. We sim the bout. And it's John L. Sullivan by unanimous decision. So John L. has fought 30 rounds. He's lost a unanimous decision against Jeffries, and he has won a unanimous decision against Tua. So Tua's out. Tua is out. And now we have the Spaniard, Polino Uzgatun, against Jersey Joe Walcott. Uzgatun lost a 15-round unanimous decision to Holmes. Walcott got stopped by Frazier in the 9th. I'm going with Jersey Joe Walcott to stay in the tournament. And Walcott does, as he wins a unanimous decision. His crafty boxing beats the Spaniard, so Uzgatun is out. Now here's an interesting matchup. More modern heavyweights. Tim Witherspoon, Riddick Bowe, though they did they? I don't think they never met. Bowe lost a unanimous decision to Sonny Liston. Witherspoon lost a split decision to Sam McVeigh. Witherspoon thought he won that fight. Here we go. We'll sim it. Scheduled for 15. I like Witherspoon in this one. And Witherspoon by KO in the 10th. He must have landed that overhand right. And he knocked out Riddick Bowe. So Bowe is out. Now we have James J. Corbett versus Vitaly Klitschko. Corbett lost a majority decision to Lennox Lewis. He gave Lewis all he could handle. One judge saw it a draw. And Vitaly Klitschko got stopped. I don't think Corbett can stop him. Corbett to move on via close decision. And nope, it's Vitaly Klitschko who wins the unanimous decision. Corbett is out. So Vitaly Klitschko stays in. Now we have his brother Vladimir Klitschko, the Ukrainian, versus the German Max Schmeling. Schmeling was TKO'd in the 10th by Harry Wills, while Vladimir was TKO'd in the 9th by Joe Giannett. Who's staying in the tournament? We shall see. Scheduled for 15. There we go. I will take Schmeling. And Max Schmeling wins the unanimous decision. So a Klitschko brother is gone. One stays in. It's Vitaly. The other, Vladimir, 0-2. His tournament life is done. And now we go to the winner's bracket. Here's a matchup of the ages. Rocky Marciano and Muhammad Ali, scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. Both had stoppages in their first bout. Ali TKO'd Jimmy Young in the 13th. Marciano blitzed George Chuvalo, TKO'd Chuvalo in 2. And we're going to quick sim it. We'll stick with the quick sim. Marciano by stoppage. No, it's Muhammad Ali by unanimous 15-round decision. So Ali stays undefeated. Marciano now moves to the loser bracket. And it's Joe Louis, Jack Dempsey. Joe Louis. I will take Joe Louis. I'm a big Joe Louis fan. The Manasseh Mahler, a tremendous puncher. Both fighters won via stoppage. Louis stopped Jimmy Ellis, and Jack Dempsey stopped Oliver McCall. Quick sim the bout. Louis Dempsey. And it's Joe Louis by TKO in the 10th. So my man Joe Louis wins that one. And here's one. Tom Sharkey got here by upsetting Jack Johnson via knockout. And he'll face the knockout specialist, Mike Tyson. Tyson advanced with a 11th round TKO of Kenny Norton. So it's Sharkey versus Tyson. Scheduled for 15. Again, this is the winner's bracket, so these fighters will stay in. They just move to the loser's bracket. Sort of like the College World Series. We had a different tournament set up, which would have been a little more fun because you wouldn't know who really. I mean, we have a good idea who's going to be in the finals or close to the finals here. D. Scott Howard, how you doing? He says, hi, Al. Fun project. Yeah, I finally got it to work. So, again, we're just quick simming. We're not calling any of these bouts. I'm going to go Tom Sharkey in the upset. What the heck? And it is not Tom Sharkey in the upset. Mike Tyson knocks out Sharkey in the 10th. So Sharkey moves to the loser's bracket. James Jeffries, Peter Jackson in winner's bracket bout number 8. Jeffries won by decision over Sullivan. Peter Jackson TKO'd David Tua in the 10th. Let's see if Peter Jackson, the Pitbull, can do it again. And they fought around the same time. Again, and we're using random condition checks, random everything, random trainers. We didn't assign anything. We're not seeing any of that, so they could come in out of shape. You never know. That's why I think when it's all done, I think we can bring up bout logs. All right. Who stays in the winner's bracket? Who goes to the loser's bracket? Jeffries, Peter Jackson. I'm going to take Peter Jackson. And Peter Jackson by unanimous decision. So Jeffries will go to the loser's bracket. Now we have Larry Holmes, Joe Frazier. Very interesting matchup. As their paths did not collide, though Larry Holmes did kick the bejesus out of Marvis Frazier, Joe's son, in a title defense. Stopped him in one. Frazier did try to mount a comeback. He fought Jumbo Cummings, and had he won that fight impressively, he might have had a crack at Larry Holmes, well past his prime. Joe Frazier. He fought a draw against Jumbo Cummings. But these are, again, we don't know their. I'm going to say they trained hard. I'm going to take Joe Frazier by stoppage. And Joe Frazier by TKO in 9. So Frazier TKOs Larry Holmes. So Holmes moves to the loser's bracket. Now Sam McVeigh, Sonny Liston. I like Liston. McVeigh's going to come at him. I like Liston via stoppage. Let's just look at analysis. He's a boxer or a slugger. Okay. I still like. I'm gonna go with Liston via stoppage over McVeigh. McVeigh advanced with a split decision over Tim Witherspoon. Witherspoon stayed in the tournament, if you're just joining us, by knocking out Riddick Bowe in the 10th. And Sonny Liston won a unanimous decision over Riddick Bowe. All right, I'm taking Sonny Liston by stoppage over McVeigh. And it's Sonny Liston by unanimous decision. So Liston must have used his jab quite well. So McVeigh moves to the loser's bracket. And Lennox Lewis, Billy Minsk. Lewis won a majority decision over James J. Corbett, who's out of the tournament now, as he lost 2 in a row. And Billy Minsk was one of the upsets. He TKO'd Vitaly Klitschko. We had 2 upsets in the first round. Tom Sharkey, not Jack, Tom, and Billy Minsk. I got to go with Lennox Lewis in this one. I don't think Billy Minsk pulls off another upset here. Again, these were the top 32 fighters in the game. I just counted down 32 and lined them up, as Title Bout Championship Boxing PC had them. So here we go. Lewis, Billy Minsk. And Lennox Lewis, 8th round TKO. And this is the last bout of the winner's bracket. Joe Giannett, Harry Wills, very old school here. Oops, back. Oh, how did we do that? Go back. What was that? Oh, that's to assign. Yeah, that's what that chart was. All right, Joe Giannett. Joe Giannett got to the winner's bracket by TKOing Vladimir Klitschko in 9. Harry Wills TKO'd Max Schmeling in 10. I'm going to go with Joe Giannett by decision. And it's Joe Giannett by split decision. Oh boy, controversy in that fight. So now, let's scroll down a bit. Let's get this set up. So now we move to the loser's bracket for a second time. And to stay in, it's Rocky Marciano and Jimmy Young. Marciano stopped George Chuvalo in 2 and then lost a decision to Muhammad Ali. Unanimous. And he faces Jimmy Ellis. Similar type fighter to Ali, obviously not to the extent of Ali. So this might be a tough bout for The Rock. He has to win to stay in, so does Ellis, as this is a loser's bracket. Both are 1-1 in the tournament, as you see, 1-1. Marciano by stoppage. And Marciano by split decision. Wow. So Jimmy Ellis gives him a tough tussle. I thought it was going to be a tough fight. Ellis, a very good defensive fighter. So Marciano by split decision. So one judge had it for Jimmy Young. Now Jack Dempsey, Jimmy Ellis. I'm going to go with Jack Dempsey by stoppage, and I believe he'll stay in the tournament. And Jack Dempsey KO 7, so Dempsey stays in the tournament. So you can see the winner's bracket down here. These are undefeated fighters. And they're going to clash in the winner's bracket. These are 2-0 fighters. We got some really fun matchups coming up. So you got Tom Sharkey, Jack Johnson. Winner stays in, loser goes home. That's a rematch. That is a rematch. Tom Sharkey knocked out Jack Johnson in the first round of this tournament. So they get a rematch. How cool is that? Can Sharkey duplicate the feat of KOing Jack Johnson again? I don't think so. So this is our first rematch we see in the tournament. Tom Sharkey, Jack Johnson. Again, these are all quick sims. I take Jack Johnson in this one. And the winner is Tom Sharkey. Does it again. He beats Jack Johnson, and this time Johnson is DQ'd. Holy cow. So Tom Sharkey moves on. Wow, he beats Jack Johnson twice in the tournament, once by knockout and once Jack Johnson's DQ'd. So he wanted out, I guess. And now we have another rematch. James J. Jeffries, John L. Sullivan. That's a rematch from round 1. Jeffries took a 15-round unanimous decision. So 2 rematches in a row now. I'll go with Jeffries to duplicate his first round feat of defeating John L. Sullivan. And this time it's John L. Sullivan knocking out James J. Jeffries, so he gets his revenge, and John L. Sullivan advances. Let's just bring that up a little farther. So Jeffries is out. Larry Holmes, Jersey Joe Walcott. I'll take Jersey Joe in this one. I think Jersey Joe's crafty enough to give Holmes trouble here. Both 1-1. Someone's going to go 1-2 and be done. Here we go. Who wins? Holmes, Walcott. And it is Larry Holmes. Split decision. So another close fight. Holmes takes it split decision. 15. I wish it wouldn't always pop back up. Sam McVeigh, Tim Witherspoon. Witherspoon 1-1 with a knockout of Riddick Bowe. Here we go. I'll take Tim Witherspoon. And Witherspoon's the winner. I just had a feeling. And he starched Sam McVeigh in one round. Again, he must have caught him with that looping right hand. So he knocks out Sam McVeigh in one round. So McVeigh's done. He's lost 2 in the tournament. And now Billy Minsk, Vitaly Klitschko. This is a rematch, I think. Or did he knock out the other Klitschko? Vitaly. Nope, another rematch. He TKO'd. I like Billy Minsk again. And this time Vitaly says nope. He wins a unanimous decision. He learned his lesson well after getting starched in the first fight. So Max Schmeling, Harry Wills. And again, I think this is a rematch of the first round. And it is. Max Schmeling got TKO'd by Harry Wills. There's got to be a quicker way to do this. There we go. So Max Schmeling looking for revenge here. Harry Wills looking for the same result. Let's quick sim it. And Max Schmeling reverses the first result against Harry Wills as he knocks out Harry Wills. So Max Schmeling said he thought he saw something, and he sure did. He starches Harry Wills. So Schmeling advances. Now we go. Wow. Rocky Marciano, Jack Dempsey. Marciano 2-1 with a knockout. Dempsey 2-1 with 2 knockouts. One of these greats is going to be out. This really lines up things really good for Muhammad Ali, as Jack Johnson's already out. I gotta go. I'm gonna go with The Rock. I'm going with Marciano to stay in. And we'll find out in a second. And Rocky Marciano wins by disqualification. So that must have been a dirty slugfest there. Dempsey is DQ'd, and Marciano advances. Tom Sharkey, John L. Sullivan. A battle of Irishmen. Why isn't that? There we go. Tom Sharkey, John L. Sullivan. Boy, this would have packed the place on St. Paddy's Day. I'm going with Tom Sharkey. I like Tom Sharkey in this one to upset John L. Sullivan. And again, we'll have to wait a second. Nope, John L. Sullivan proves me wrong. And another DQ, back-to-back DQs. John L. Sullivan wins on DQ in the 6th. So that's quite interesting. And now we have Larry Holmes, Tim Witherspoon. They actually did meet. Witherspoon would lose a controversial decision. Many people thought he defeated Larry Holmes. I think round 9 was round of the year. I think that was 1982, 83. So Holmes 2-1, Witherspoon 2-1 with 2 stoppages. I'll take Larry Holmes though. And who will it be? As we have to scroll down. And it's Larry Holmes by split decision. So wow, just like in real life, some controversy there. Vitaly Klitschko versus Max Schmeling. In bout, is this bout 44? Bout 44. 2-1. No knockouts for Vitaly. 2-1, 1 knockout for Max Schmeling. I'm going with Schmeling. And I believe this is a rematch. We're not going to scroll up, though. And who wins the bout? We're going to see in a second. Not Max Schmeling, as Vitaly Klitschko, the Ukrainian, KOs the German in 8. So Schmeling's done. Now we have Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis. Epic matchup here. Both 2-0. Ali, 2 wins, no losses in the tournament with 1 stoppage. He stopped Jimmy Young. And Joe Louis, 2 wins with 2 stoppages. So again, this just will put someone in a loser's bracket. They will not be eliminated. I'm going to go with the Brown Bomber. Come on, Joe Louis. Come on, Joe Louis. And no, Muhammad Ali, unanimous decision. So this tournament's setting up well for Ali now. Lewis goes to the losers bracket. Mike Tyson, Peter Jackson, they're both undefeated. Tyson 2-0 with 2 knockouts. Peter Jackson 2-0 with 1 knockout. I'm going with Mike Tyson, early stoppage. And who will the winner be? We shall see. It's Peter Jackson by unanimous decision. So Tyson moves to the losers bracket. Peter Jackson stays undefeated. We could be looking at a Peter Jackson Muhammad Ali championship in this tournament. Joe Frazier, Sonny Liston. This is a really intriguing matchup here. 2-0, 2 knockouts for Frazier. 2-0, 2 decisions for Sonny Liston. I think Liston, with his jab and right hand, and with Frazier coming at him, I like Liston. I like Liston in this bout. We sim it. I took Liston. And Sonny Liston by TKO in the 7th. Yeah, Frazier, that style was made for Sonny Liston, just like a Marciano style. You're coming at a big puncher. Not that they couldn't beat Sonny Liston, but they'd have to get through his jab and right hand first. So Liston remains undefeated. Frazier goes to the losers bracket. Lennox Lewis, Joe and Giannette, excuse me. Lewis 2-0 with 1 stoppage. Giannette 2-0 with 1 stoppage. I'm going to go with Lennox Lewis. I think Giannette picks up a loss. And let's see what happened in that bout. No, Joe Giannette TKOs Lennox Lewis in the 5th. And now someone's going to be knocked out of this tournament here. Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano. Lewis 2-1 with 2 stoppages. Marciano 3-1. Oh no, yep, someone's gonna go. Marciano 3-1. He has an extra bout because he had already lost. So Marciano 3-1 with 1 stoppage. 2 losses puts you out of the tournament. I'll go with the Rock here. Let's see if Marciano stays in, or is it the Brown Bomber? It is Marciano by unanimous decision, so that is another tough fight. But Marciano wins it. He stays in. Lewis is gone. He has 2 losses now. Mike Tyson, John L. Sullivan. I'm going with Mike Tyson here. Tyson 2-1 with 2 stoppages. Sullivan 3-1. Again, he had an extra fight so far with 1 stoppage. But I like Iron Mike. Hand speed too much, in my opinion, for John L. Sullivan. Unless Sullivan lands a big punch early. And Sullivan does not, as again, look at that result. Hand speed, in my opinion, too much. TKO 3. So Sullivan's out. Tyson advances. So we still have 4 undefeated fighters. Ali, Liston, Jackson, and Giannette, who will face one another. Ali, Jackson, Liston, Giannette. So 2 basically 60s fighters facing very old school fighters back in the day. Sullivan's gone. Tyson advanced. Joe Frazier, Larry Holmes again. This is a rematch. This is a rematch. Frazier TKO'd Holmes. And now they get another crack. Holmes gets another crack. I think it's the same result. I think it's gonna be the same result. Or does he? Larry Holmes by decision. I switched. All right, let's see the rematch, Frazier and Holmes. And it's Larry Holmes by TKO this time. All right. So Joe Frazier's out. Larry Holmes TKO's Frazier. So in 2 bouts, they each stop one another. Baseball Collectors World is at watching our little tournament. Hope all is well. Again, this is just quick sim for ha-has. Lennox Lewis, Vitaly Klitschko. Lewis did fight one of the Klitschko brothers. I can't remember if it was Vitaly or the other one. 2-1 with 1 stoppage. 3-1 with 1 stoppage. Again, the loser is out. I'm taking Lennox Lewis here by stoppage. And it's Vitaly Klitschko by majority decision. That means 2 judges gave it to Klitschko, 1 had it even, and Lennox Lewis is out of the tournament. So now we're down to our Marciano Tyson, Holmes, Klitschko, Ali, Peter Jackson, Liston, Joe Giannett. The bottom 4 are undefeated fighters in this tournament. So we have Marciano, Mike Tyson. What an epic matchup there. 4-1 with 1 stoppage. Mike Tyson 3-1 with 3 stoppages. Again, hand speed could be the difference for Tyson, but if he doesn't get rocky early, he could be in a world of hurt. I know there's weight difference, but Marciano punched quite hard. I'll stick with the Rock. I think he'll absorb the early battering. And who's the winner? As we'll have to scroll down to see. And it's Mike Tyson. He stops Marciano in the 8th, so the hand speed and size too much for Rocky Marciano. He gets knocked out in the 8th. Marciano's out of the tournament. So Holmes, Klitschko. 4-1. 4-1, both with a stoppage. Klitschko's size, I'd be rooting for Larry Holmes in this fight, but Klitschko's size, I'm going with Larry Holmes. Come on, the Easton Assassin. Come on, Larry. Larry Holmes, and nope. Unanimous decision. Klitschko's size too much, probably worked behind the jab and grabbed onto Holmes for dear life anytime he got close. So now we have the battle of the undefeated fighters here. Ali, Peter Jackson, Liston, Joe Giannett. Ali, Peter Jackson, 3-0, 3-0, both with 1 stoppage. Who advances? Who stays 4-0? I pick Ali. Let's see if I'm right, and I am. TKO's Peter Jackson. So Ali gets another stoppage victory. Now Sonny Liston, Joe Giannett. Both fighters 3-0, but Giannett has 2 stoppages. Liston with 1. I'm going to take Sonny Liston. Let's see how this goes. And no, Joe Giannett TKO's Liston, so he takes him to deep water and TKO's Sonny. So now we have Peter Jackson, Mike Tyson. So Ali and Joe Giannett are still undefeated. I'm going to show you that right now. They're still there. So that's going to be a heck of a matchup there. But before we get there, Mike Tyson, Peter Jackson, winner stays in, losers out of the tournament. Oops. And let's go back. Jackson 3-1 with a 1 stoppage. Tyson 4-1, all 4 victories via stoppage, including an 8th round knockout of Rocky Marciano. Well, I gotta take Tyson. If Tyson, I can't see Peter Jackson, who's smaller than Marciano, winning this one. I'm probably wrong, but I'm taking Mike Tyson. And holy cow, the fight goes into the 15th, and Peter Jackson's stamina and determination. He knocks out Mike Tyson in the 15th, so Tyson is gone. Peter Jackson advances. And now it's Sonny Liston, the last bout till we get to our final 4. Liston, Klitschko. If Liston hits Klitschko, I think he takes him. 3-1 with 1 stoppage. Klitschko 5-1 with 1 stoppage. Klitschko by decision. Let's see. Sonny Liston by TKO. So he catches Klitschko, hurts him, and stops him. And now we're down to our final 4. It's Peter Jackson, Sonny Liston, Muhammad Ali, Joe Giannett. Peter Jackson, Sonny Liston. 4-1. Peter Jackson with 2 stoppages. Sonny Liston 4-1 with 2 stoppages. I'm going to go with the bear, Sonny Liston. The jab in the right hand. Will it prove the difference? And it does. KO in the 11th. So Sonny Liston moves on. Jackson is done. And now the battle of the undefeated. Muhammad Ali, Joe Giannett. The winner of this goes to the championship because the loser will face Sonny Liston in an elimination bout. The 2 undefeateds meet. 4-0 Muhammad Ali, 2 stoppages. 4-0 Joe Giannett with 3 stoppages. I'm taking Giannett in the upset. Here we go. Who will go undefeated to the finals? And Muhammad Ali, unanimous decision over Joe Giannett. So it's the GOAT, Muhammad Ali, will go undefeated to the finals. And here it is. Who will meet Muhammad Ali? Will it be Sonny Liston or Joe Giannett? Giannett 4-1 with 3 stoppages. Liston 5-1 with 3 stoppages. I'm going with Sonny Liston, a rematch with Muhammad Ali pending. I take the bear. Here we go. I think Liston by stoppage. And I am wrong. It is Joe Giannett by 15-round unanimous decision. So we're going to see a rematch in the finals. We will see a rematch. Though Ali has not lost, so if Giannett wins, that forces another bout, I believe. So Ali in the 15-round decision over Giannett. Yeah, I mean, if Giannett wins, he would not have 2 losses, obviously. So, oh, wow. So Giannett gets a rematch against Muhammad Ali. 5-1, obviously no draws, 3 stoppages. Ali 5-0 with 2 stoppages. All right, here we go. I mean, I guess Ali's going to win because there's not another bout, but let's see if Giannett can beat Muhammad Ali and force one more bout. And nope, Ali wins the tournament. What did he do here? We can't see it. Why can we not see it? So Ali wins the tournament, but we don't know what he did. It says the tournament champion, Muhammad Ali. And because I had to click it closed. Okay. So let's see. Another unanimous decision. So Muhammad Ali is your tournament champion. And if we click on it, let's see if it gives us the... So the finals, Joe Giannett finishes the tournament 7 bouts, 5-2 with 3 stoppage. Ali 6 bouts in the tournament, 6-0 with 2 stoppages. So it went probably as most people thought. Muhammad Ali won it. We did have some interesting results on the way. And I'd like to see... Save. Okay, we saved it. Now let's see if we can go back to... No, it's not going to let us open. Oh, open summary. All right, so now that's what we wanted to do. Now it's saved, so we can go back and open the summary. Yep, D. Scott Howard says the GOAT. Let's just look at the summary for that one. And then I have to hit the hay. I don't know if you guys can see the summary. You're not going to be able to see the summary. Okay. Oh, it's a summary of the whole tournament. Okay. It's not what I thought it was going to be. So it just summarizes the whole tournament on one page. I thought we were going to get summary of each bout. Anyway, so Muhammad Ali wins it, and again, that's not shocking to me. What I wanted to do, my initial first tournament, was a lot of different fighters, and it might have been some different stuff. But this was a fun little project. Again, we still have all of our other little boxing projects to go. What else can we look at here? All right, let's go to Ali. That should come up, and let's go personal history. And you can see how he made it through the tournament. Jimmy Young, stoppage in the 13th. Unanimous decision over Marciano, 15. Unanimous decision over Lewis, 15. Stopped Peter Jackson in the 11th. And then 2 unanimous decisions over Joe Giannett. And I think from here, bout log. There we go. All right, and again, you can't see the bout log. I'd have to put up another screen. Okay, so that's how we can look at the bout log, which is really cool. All right, so that's a fun little tournament. Let's just go back. And let's scroll up, and then we'll call it a stream. As I just lost... I lost my second screen. Bear with me a moment. So... we have to get into this. And let's go back into the... So... Alrighty, well, we're going to call it a stream because I lost the second screen and I cannot get it back the way I want to. Oh, actually, if we do this, hold on. I have to get a little sleep, though. Let's go to our channel. Anyway, so that was a fun little project we did. And let's do this. And you can bring up the bout logs after everything's done. You can go to the individual fighters. Let's go here. Let's go to live. And control room. Yay! We're back. Oh, that was an adventure. Alright, we got the control room back. Anyhow, thank you very much to D. Scott Howard, Baseball Collectors World, and Jake Cruz. Muhammad Ali wins our 32 fighter tournament double elimination. And once again, we'll show you how he won it, and we'll call it a stream. And then we go to fighter number 2. And personal history. And that's how he won it. As he was 6-0 with 2 stoppages. Because he was 5-0 before he starts the Joe Giannett fight. So, and if we go statistics, you can see 6-0, 33% stoppages, And how many rounds did he fight? Six bouts? Self? They used to tell you how many rounds he fought. I'm probably just missing it right now. Average rounds, 14. Oh, 84 rounds right there. 84 rounds. Alrighty. Take care. Till next time. Bye-bye. God bless. Stay safe. Be smart. We'll get through this coronavirus together. And I love you all. And this was a little project I wanted to do. Hope you enjoyed it. Whenever you watch. You know what's coming, folks. Peace!